Hello, this is Vitina Feo with Papa Vince, and I always say extra virgin olive oil because my family makes this extra virgin olive oil in Sicily, and I'm very proud today because we are bringing to you products, food that really taste like Sicily. Okay, if you're still thinking about that wonderful memory when you went to Italy, that wonderful tomato sauce, that wonderful extra virgin olive oil, that wonderful vinegar, that wonderful salt, and you're like, oh, I can't find it in the state. You found me, you found the food. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about everything we have today. And like I say, we opened our company in 2013 here in the United States. And we came to the United States because we really wanted to bring to you an extra virgin olive oil that was truly extra virgin olive oil. And they truly deliver everything you expect from it. Okay? So our family has been making extra virgin olive oil since 1935. And the way you can tell whether or not an extra virgin olive oil is the real one is really not that hard. It's very simple. All you need to do is taste it. Just put a little bit on a cup, that's right, and just put it in your mouth. And the first thing that you're gonna notice when you taste the real extra virgin olive oil is that it's extremely light, fresh. It doesn't have this greasy, sticky feeling. It's just fresh, green, and then the flavor is gonna grow, and eventually it's gonna hit you with a beautiful peppery kick right in the back of your throat, And some people go like, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with this peppery kick. No. That peppery kick is really important because those are the antioxidants in extra virgin olive oil. And that's what makes extra virgin olive oil the healthiest fat on earth, because it's the only fat that has antioxidants. And antioxidants, you can almost say they're anti-agents. They keep your body from aging. It's almost like putting oil to an engine. It just keeps it going and going and going. And the antioxidants are really important, and the way you taste it is that peppery kick. Because as they come down and touch your throat, they just generate this beautiful peppery kick that is absolutely, delicious. Okay? And one more thing I want to add to this is do not confuse the peppery kick with rancidity. Okay? When an oil is rancid, it will burn everything it touches. The moment you put on your turn will burn. The moment it touches your throat, it will burn. And it doesn't have a pleasant aftertaste. It's just really very unpleasant. And it doesn't leave. It lingers there for a long time. Where the peppery kick just comes when you don't expect it, and it just leaves when you don't expect it. It's just absolutely beautiful. So that's how you can tell whether or not an extra virgin olive oil is real. And this is the one we made. It's named after Papa Vince, because Papa Vince is the founder of this company, and his grandpa really who told us how to make this extra virgin olive oil. But another thing I want to say is that we added a new line of products. That's right, we added Papa Vince Moscato vinegar. Now, this vinegar, I'm very proud of it because it's really made with grapes and it's really made with wine. Okay, a lot of the balsamic vinegars you're gonna find right now in the market, they're full of sugar. You're gonna see that one of the ingredients is gonna be sugar. And when you see that ingredient, it's not balsamic because the real balsamic vinegar is not supposed to have sugar. It's really, it should be fructose, that is actually, that comes as a result of the grapes being dehydrated in the process in a very specific way. Okay, so you're gonna notice when you taste Papa Vince vinegar that it's sweet, but it's not sugary. It just has that beautiful wine sweetness. And as the flavor grows in your mouth, you're gonna notice that it has a beautiful wine finish. It doesn't have that acidic finish. And you can use it for your salads. You can use it on top of your rice. It's absolutely wonderful. You can use it with your pizza. We like to put a pizza and just put a little bit of extra virgin of this vinegar right on top of it. It's absolutely delicious. You can find all kind of ways. I heard people that they say they put it on their vegetables. It's absolutely marvelous. Once you taste this vinegar, you're gonna have a hard time switching to anything else. Now the next thing I want to talk about is Papa Vin's, I think it's this one, Papa Vin's lemon oil. You could say that it's an infused oil in the sense that it has lemons in it, but it's not really infused, because the word infused means to attach an scent or an aroma to an oil, and we really didn't do any attachments here. What we actually did, we crushed the lemons and the olive, and I'm going to repeat it again, we crushed whole lemons and whole olives together to produce an oil that is extremely healthy and is rich in antioxidants. And every time we talk about healthy products, everybody gets concerned because it's gonna taste horrible. Everything you see here is not only healthy, it tastes like heaven. Okay, so this tastes like heaven, and many people ask me, well, how do you use it? I'm telling you, it's wonderful on top of your steamed broccolis. It's wonderful on your salad, just with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's all you have to do. And it is wonderful on your fish, it's wonderful on your shrimp, it's absolutely marvelous. And the nice thing about this is that the lemon doesn't have that fake taste. I mean, you are actually tasting lemons, because that's what we did. I mean, we crushed the lemons, we pressed the lemons with the olive, and it's absolutely a wonderful product. You are going to love it. Okay, now let's go here down the line. We're going to talk about the tomato sauce. I love this tomato sauce, because before this tomato sauce was available in the United States, I had to go and buy my tomatoes, and then I had to steam them, and then I had to remove the skin, and then I had to remove the seed, and I had to go through a whole process to make my own sauce. Because as you know, in the United States, it's impossible to find a tomato sauce that only has 4 ingredients. But we made it possible for you. We are bringing the same tomato sauce that Grandpa used to make on the old days, So this tomato sauce only has 4 ingredients. It has tomatoes, it has basil, it has extra virgin olive oil, and salt. That's it. No coloring, no additive, no sugar. I'm going to say that now. No sugar, okay? It's just absolutely wonderful. And all you have to do is just really warm it up and put it on top of your sauce. And it is amazingly sweet, and it doesn't have 1 gram of sugar, and it just tastes wonderful. I really don't know how to explain it. And if you add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, oh my gosh, the extra virgin olive oil brings up so much of the flavors of the tomatoes that it's just amazing. And then, if you want to mix it up a little bit with ground beef or sausages, I pan fry my ground beef or my sausages, and then I add this tomato sauce on top, and then I serve it on top of pasta. Everybody thinks I'm a great chef. And I didn't do a thing, okay? All I did was something very simple that I can prepare in 20 minutes and impress everybody. And there is a recipe here in the back, okay, that you can follow. And it's really good. So now we're going to talk about, here it is, the sea salt. The sea salt. Why I'm going to buy your salt? Reason number 1, because it tastes absolutely wonderful. And I challenge you. Just buy Papa Vin's sea salt, and then buy your own salt, that's right, and then taste it next to each other. The first thing you're gonna see is that the difference in taste is just amazing. When you buy your regular sea salt, it's just salty. Ugh. It has no flavor besides salty. With this one, you taste the salt, but you just taste a bunch of other things, and it's not salty. And what it does, it enhances all your food, and it's just amazing. And then the other thing I need to tell you is that this is not chemically processed. And you're going to ask yourself, well, why would you chemically process salt? Well, they do. They chemically process salt because unfortunately people think that when the salt, how you say, comes, they think that that is bad salt. So what the companies have done, they have put anti-baking into all your salt so that it never clumps. But that anti-baking chemical that they put is really bad for you, okay? So you don't want to have that salt. What you want to have is a real salt that doesn't have the anti-caking on it, because that's going to be much healthier for you, okay? Now, the sea salt comes from Sicily, and this is something that we have been doing since the Phoenicians. I mean, we're talking about more than 5,000 years ago. There is an area in the west part of Sicily where the Mediterranean waters get trapped every year. And then what happens is the summer comes and the sun dries the seas, and then the sea salt is left behind. And all we do really is pick it up and put it in this little container for you. And it's all natural, and it's just amazing. So I encourage you to try it. You will be hooked for life. Okay, and now what more product do I have to talk? Did I talk about the tomato sauce? Yes, I did. So I'm going to talk about the pastas right now. And we have two pastas that we're bringing from Sicily. Woohoo! One is golden, and the other one has a funny color. But hey, this funny color, I'm gonna tell you, it's not coloring. We didn't put any coloring on this. That's the actual color of the wheat. Okay, this is made with durum, and this is made with tumenia. Now, durum is the most well-known wheat, and it's the one that everybody uses because it has that beautiful golden color. But that's not the reason why it's used the most. And that's the most prevalent. The reason it's the most prevalent is because it's the easiest one to cultivate, and it's the one that yields the most. And as you know, in the industry, the more it yields, the better it is and more profitable. Okay, now what they have done, unfortunately, is that they have changed the DNA, or the genetic of a lot of these grains, but the ones here that you find that come from Italy, that is not allowed. In Italy, you cannot have GMO foods. It's absolutely illegal. So this pasta is made with ancient grains. Okay, so this is the same grain that grandpa was having and that great grandpa was having. There is no change. And when you have this grain, you're gonna notice immediately that it's very easy to digest, and you are not gonna you're not gonna feel a sugar rush in your body. It's just amazing. We're constantly running out of this pasta. And now I'm gonna talk about my favorite one, which is the tumenia. This is an ancient grain too, but the reason they stopped producing it is because it doesn't yield as much. Okay, but this grain is full of fiber. Okay, it has 4 times the fiber than this one, and it has less carbs, and it has proteins. Can you believe that? And in the ancient times, it was used because it was really good for people who had stomach problems and intestinal problems, because it's much easier to digest than this one. And now we're bringing it back. In Sicily, everybody's just now changing and using this one because not only is good for your health, like everybody thinks Papa Beans does, it's not only healthy, but it's absolutely delicious. This thing tastes like pasta. It does not taste like carbo. When you put this in your mouth, you're gonna go like, oh my gosh, I'm eating good pasta. And and that is super important to us because we want you not only to eat healthy, we want you to enjoy your food. And one last thing that I wanted to say about whole grain, you have to be very careful about what they call whole grain, because a lot of time what whole grain means is white flour, and then they put coloring, and then they put synthetic fibers, and then they put synthetic wheat germs, and then they put everything synthetic, and then they mix it. And then they make pastas, and they make bread, and they make everything, but it tastes horrible. I mean, Where this one, it has the original fiber of the wheat, it has the original wheat germ, everything ingredient here is original. We didn't bring synthetic fibers from somewhere else, and we didn't bring synthetic germs from somewhere else to put in here. Wheat germs, I should have said. Everything is from the original seed, and all actually we do is when we ground it, we don't ground it all the way down to eliminate everything. We just ground it so that it has more like a sand texture, and that's how we manage to keep the original nutrition of the seed. And that's how these two pastas are made, and they're absolutely delicious. I really hey, if you have any questions, please feel free to write your question under this video. I'll be more than happy to help you with any answers you have, with any questions you may have. And don't worry, don't worry about me. Here, I manage. And I hope you try Papa Bean's extra virgin olive oil, and I encourage you to try Papa Bean's I always say extra virgin olive oil, I'm stuck with that, but I encourage you to try all our products here because they're super good and they're super delicious, and I promise you, oh my gosh, I've been told that I forgot to talk about something. I forgot to talk about the marmalades. Woohoo! Okay, we're introducing these new products. We're introducing orange marmalade, and we're introducing the lemon marmalade. And these marmalades are almost like homemade. As you know, most of what is made here, unfortunately, is made out of concentrate. But these marmalades are actually made from fruit, okay? They're made with Sicilian oranges and Sicilian lemons, and as you know, they're one of the most famous. The Sicilian lemons are so famous because they are the size of an orange, and they're sweet, and they're absolutely delicious. So these are two new products that we are adding, and I encourage you to try them because, again, we are bringing Italy back to your kitchen. And if you have been in Italy, I'm telling you, you will fall in love with every single product in here. Thank you for listening to me. If you have any questions, please write it down under this video. And if you need a coupon, if this is your first time, if you're a first-time buyer, just ask for a coupon. Just go to www.papabeans.com and send me a message and say, I am a first-time buyer. Would you give me a coupon to buy any of your products? And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to send you one. Love you.